Does going to Starbucks every day for your morning coffee make you poor? How much money could you save by giving up on daily coffee runs? Not a lot, honestly. You've probably read or heard something about the latte factor, the idea that avoiding your daily $5 or $10 Starbucks coffee could save you thousands of dollars. The concept seems pretty interesting at first. In reality, it's as tempting as a tall woman wearing a red summer dress and high heels. However, neither giving up your Starbucks nor hitting on the attractive woman will make you wealthy. Hear us out. The idea of avoiding your daily morning coffee runs comes from the Church of Frugality's concept that you could save more money in your lifetime by making small savings. In theory, your whole Starbucks savings will be worth $54,000 in 30 years if you save $5 every day. $54,000! Really? Well, this is just some quick math because you have to account for 1. The possibility that you'll continue drinking coffee and select a less expensive brand. As a result, you won't save the whole $5 daily. 2. It's possible that you'll spend some of this money elsewhere because you're rewarding yourself for saving so much, especially if you're frustrated on a daily basis, assuming you enjoy buying coffee. And this example can be applied to other everyday purchases you enjoy making. And 3. Inflation isn't factored into the $54,000. This barely translates to $10,000 in today's money. We don't know about you, but the results don't really impress us, especially considering that you'll have to wait 30 years. Whether you drink coffee or not, the fact remains that saving money on small costs won't make you rich. Instead, we think that you'll only be super irritated because of your lack of drive and laziness to work without coffee. So we're asking you, why would you frustrate yourself for the next 30 years? Cheaping out on coffee will also raise a lot of questions like, do you spend money on vacations? Did you or do you plan to buy a bigger place, a fancier car, a better computer, or a home theater? Basically, whenever you open your wallet, ask yourself if it is truly worth it. The chances are that it's not, but it's likely that you'll come to regret it. In reality, 30 years from now, you won't regret a wonderful vacation by the beach, your nice house, or your morning coffee if you have them. But you'll definitely regret living a mediocre life for 30 years only to have enough money for your daily coffee when you're 60. There's other ways to become rich other than saving $5 to $10. Well, cutting corners isn't actually the way, but passion is what actually makes people rich. Your intellect, in our opinion, is your most prized possession. You distract it with pointless questions like, what's better, a small cappuccino or latte to save $2 today? And you keep annoying it with small things and self-deprecating words like, I can't, I don't have the money, and I would rather save than spend. Do you truly believe that your brain will give you the best business ideas? Nope. It will advise you to get a good night's sleep so you can keep your 9 to 5 and not be too exhausted the next day. If you fuel your mind with brilliant ideas and passion and use small rewards like a $5 coffee to keep yourself going, you'll discover a whole new universe of opportunities. If you're drowning in debt, you're not really hitting a brick wall. We can tell you that your net worth will eventually go up in the next 5 years if you set your mind straight and stop focusing on little things like saving on your morning coffee. All you really have to do is put in a lot of effort, be smart, and reward yourself with your morning Starbucks. In the end, it's the little things that keep you pushing forward. The average American, to be honest, is perfectly satisfied with their spending patterns when it comes to coffee. It's really challenging to become rich by only cutting expenses. There are a few things to keep in mind before you never buy coffee again. Even if you invest the money you would have spent on your morning coffee, if you're planning on using those savings on investing in stocks, newsflash, stock market returns are never guaranteed. In reality, stock investing might lead to a financial loss. Never invest money that you're not ready to lose. That's the golden rule of being successful. Take some pointers from Kevin O'Leary and avoid spending money on expensive Starbucks every day if you do decide to cut costs. Instead, invest in a decent coffee machine and brew your own at home. This way, you won't be frustrated that you're not getting your daily caffeine that keeps you going, and in the long run, you'll save a little bit of money too. Also, remember to strike a balance between your loan and credit card debt and the money you save by using that coffee machine. The interest on the loans and debt you will owe lower the interest you might otherwise earn by saving and investing $5 every day. Realistically, it's perfectly fine to reward yourself occasionally. Imagine living for 30 years without having a cup of coffee with friends or family. While coffee made at home isn't bad, nothing comes close to the flavor and experience of a cup made by a professional at a coffee shop. You'll probably miss the barista mispronouncing your name, too. Getting Starbucks maybe once every 2 weeks wouldn't do any real harm. This way, we get to look forward to it instead of preparing our own cup of coffee at home every morning before work, which doesn't taste as nice as one from a coffee shop. It's somewhat like a guilty pleasure. Aside from that, how on earth would you make a latte art version of Abraham Lincoln? When it comes to being rich, people usually have similar ideas to Kevin O'Leary, like when they go for a long run and believe they deserve a cheat meal, such as pizza. Similar to how eating pizza completely cancels out or even adds more calories than what was just lost, spending the money you would have spent on coffee on something else won't improve your financial situation. So go out there. Reward yourself for all the hard work you've been doing. You've earned it. There's literally no harm in that. Our final piece of advice is to consider the trade-offs before making a coffee purchase. This is what counts most. Good for you if you can go a day without having a cup of coffee. Go for it if you can manage without one, but if you really do need to buy a cup of coffee, just excuse yourself by saying that you were in a hurry and didn't have time to prepare coffee at home. You should buy the coffee as long as you believe you would prefer it to the $5 plus interest in your wallet right this second. Save your money if you believe that the $5 plus interest is worth more to you than a cup of coffee. It's actually less expensive to make coffee at home. Although giving up Starbucks won't make you rich, it will give you access to a small amount of cash that you can spend on emergencies or to enjoy more rewarding things in life. Consider the trade-offs just like you would with any purchase decision, and then decide how much money you can afford to set aside or invest. When you consider that you would have to almost stop buying coffee for 30 years, $53,000 doesn't seem like much. Some of you watching probably aren't even 30 yet. It takes a lot of discipline to go years without drinking coffee, and some people don't think it's worth it. Some people may pay off their school debts, rent, or medical expenses with the money they save from only 1 year's worth of savings. Maybe you meet this criteria and see the benefits of not buying coffee every day. Others would rather enjoy a delicious cup of coffee than wait years for compounded savings because those annual savings are like pocket change to them. So, in conclusion, you should really ask yourself, does continuing to buy coffee every day keep you poor? It depends on your financial situation and how much you value your morning cup of coffee. Yes, buying coffee every day will keep you poor if an additional $1,800 a year is important to you. But in most cases, it doesn't matter. That's a wrap for today. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe to our channel for more awesome content just like this.